Hi, I'm Heather. Here at Hopewell Valley Central High School, every morning at about 11 o'clock, or 5th period, Mr. Flegeal and Miss Barnwell conduct a class called TV Programming and Message, of about 20 kids. We've developed different points of view about TV and the messages it conveys, but other than that, we've developed film production skills. And with these skills, we've gone off on our own and put together interviews with different students and teachers from Hopewell. So with the miles of footage we've taped, each group will introduce their 1.5 to 2 minute video with big smiles on their face because they're proud of what they've accomplished. Enjoy.
Hi, my name's Grant Huff.
My name's Scott Shellingoski. Welcome to our show, 420 Minutes, a Biography. Today we are going to look into the lives of two Hopewell Valley sports players, Glenn Waldron and Kate DeMuzio.
We will discuss how they got into their sports and why they like to play them so much.
We chose these two players because we feel they are the best in our school and they play the two most popular sports in our school, soccer and field hockey.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I got.
3 or 4 different rec teams. I was on the 79th Hopewell Tornadoes, and there's select teams, but the best team I think is our varsity team this year, because everybody wants to win. Preseason's tough. We got all the coaches that make us run. It's like hell, but I don't know, we get through it, hoping that it's just going to help us out in our season, make us do better. Well, since we don't have a football team, soccer's it's the main sport the boys play, so everybody's out here watching us play each game. It's kind of fat.
I started playing in 7th grade, and my older sister was playing, and she taught me how to the summer before. And I had played soccer like up through 6th grade and just decided I wanted to change, and she helped me make the change. The games end up being about 60 minutes long, and if you play the full game, that's a lot of time to play. And my coach trains us pretty well for it. We run a lot of practice, and it's really like whoever wants it the most at the end who's going to win the game. Because a lot of my friends play hockey too, so we'll go to practice and then we'll go out afterwards, or after a game we'll go get something to eat. So it doesn't really, and it's something that keeps me occupied because I'd be bored if I didn't do anything. My mom played hockey in high school, so she knows the game. My dad doesn't really know the game. He thinks he does, but he doesn't. And I think I want to play hockey in college, and that means that, that's a lot of work on their part too. So, and it's a lot of training for me, so they're pretty supportive of what I want to do.
Get it down, get it down!
Hi, my name's Justin Sawchek.
And I'm Kristen Guthrie, and we would like to show you a little bit about the high school's performing arts program.
First of all, we should probably explain what performing arts is. Performing arts is basically a combination of acting and singing,
as well as improvisational games and activities.
Performing arts is taught by Mrs. Carol Corelli.
And here she tells about her inspirations for teaching music, as well as what keeps her coming back.
Also, we get the viewpoint of Jeremy Robinson,
who is a high school senior here at Hopewell.
Favorite aspect of the performing arts program is probably how everybody's like a big family. Because we've been taking it for like 3 years, so we all get together now, and it's like, I don't know, it's just fun. We're all real close.
What have my students taught me? First of all, they taught me that I truly do have a love of teaching. Without the students, it's not a teaching job. And that's really what makes the day. It's just a wonderful program, and if for any reason, in my life I ever had the chance at another point to say what I would ever want to teach, it would certainly include performing arts as well as music. It's a wonderful program.
And improv is like where somebody will come in and just start something from nowhere. Like you can go anywhere from toenails to like amusement rides. Like it could be anything, and you just come in and get a situation and you just wing it with somebody else. I think my favorite improv is where everybody gets in a big circle, and just two people run in, and they just start a situation. Somebody else frees, they come in, and they just start a totally different improv. It's pretty funny. It's good times.
I was very inspired with music as very young. I had an aunt that was a music teacher, and my family was very into music. There wasn't a Christmas that went by that everybody wasn't around the piano, or any family gathering, we were always around the piano. Of course, as always, students teach you patience, and they teach you love, because they have a love for what it is that they're here for, the drama and the music. And I could probably go on and on as to what they've taught me. It's a wonderful group of people that I work with here.
Go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. Go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married.
Hi, my name is Eric Lee. Have you ever wondered what the life of Sean McDonald is like? I know I have. For those of you who don't know Sean, he's a senior here at Hopewell, and in the following segment, you'll see him both in and out of school doing the things he does best. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy Sean McDonald, the man, the myth, the legend.
It feels, to be a senior, it feels pretty good because, I don't know, my schedule this year is nice. I get out a half day and go to work 4 days a week on a farm. I've been in Yes since sophomore year, and that's great. I love it. All the people in it seem to be going in the right direction, and this year we had our first meeting like a week ago, and it seems like we have a lot of options this year and a lot of good things can happen, so hopefully everything will work out. Outside of school, I enjoy outdoors, of course. I like to spend as much time as I can outside in the forest, because that's where life's happening. That's where you can be most in contact with the earth. And I enjoy music a lot. Love Fish. Fish is like my favorite band. I've seen a bunch of shows. Started seeing shows when I was a freshman that summer, and I've been seeing them ever since. And just the energy at the shows and just that comes through them and is created through the band audience connection is just like the highest I've ever experienced, and I've had like some of the happiest moments in my life during the shows. So you know, music, especially Fish and other bands like The Dead and reggae, all different types of reggae and just all kinds of music, jazz, it's great.
Hello, I'm Brent Copeland.
And I'm Magic Brzdavich.
We have two segments. One is about computer-aided design, known as CAD.
And the other one is about obtaining a private pilot's license.
Our school has an excellent CAD facility for a high school. We have about 30 computers that run a variety of programs. We interviewed Kevin Kong, a high school junior who has worked on CAD for 3 years now.
Have you ever wondered how your neighborhood looks from above, or how does it feel to pilot an airplane through a congested airspace, where the air traffic controller never pauses on the radio and tens of other planes fly around you? It can become a reality when you obtain your pilot's license. Gavin Rory, a local flight instructor, takes us through a typical flying lesson and tells us about the different steps one can take to obtain a private pilot's license.
CAD is computer-aided design, and I've been working with it for 3 years now. I started doing animation a little bit into my sophomore year. I've taken drawing and design, architecture, design engineering, and this year I'm taking architecture 2 and concentrated study. For architecture, I mostly use AutoCAD 12 and 13, and for more elaborate animation and material editing, I use 3D Studio 4 and 3D Studio Max. We're assigned a wide variety of projects such as designing vehicles, problem solving, maze, and other everyday household objects, products.
I'm a certified flight instructor for this airport here at Robbinsville. Typical lesson when someone comes in to learn how to fly, we teach them from the ground up to fly. First step would be the pre-flight, checking over the aircraft and making sure that it is ready for flight, including fuel, checking the oil, checking the exterior and interior of the aircraft. Post-flight with the instructor, we'll spend 1 hour in the air, and in the beginning you're going to learn how to do the basics of straight and level, climbs, turns, and descents. And then as we move on to more advanced maneuvers, you'll learn how to do steep turns, power off, power on stall, slow flight, and various other maneuvers that are required by the FAA in order to obtain the private pilot's license.
This video is a glimpse of my favorite math teacher. This video is a glimpse of my favorite teacher in the math department of Hopewell Valley. He's serious when there's business to take care of, but when the man has spare time, there's no telling what he's gonna do. His hobbies range from fly fishing to playing with a yo-yo. There's always music to set an intellectual atmosphere, and he's always there if you need a shoulder to lean on. So with this brief introduction, I present to you Mr. William Ashcraft, uncut.
Mr. Ashcraft isn't like any other teacher I've ever had. He's, I don't know, there's something about him. I don't think I've ever had another teacher throw a yo-yo at me and like wing it back and laugh about it.
When I was in high school, I wasn't much of a student, and I had some jobs, including construction jobs, and I worked for an engineering firm for a while. And there was nothing in high school that inspired me to be a math teacher. When I was in high school, I really didn't like high school very much at all. I didn't perform well as a student, and I had no intentions of ever going back. The part that obviously I liked about high school is the fact that all your friends were there, and now the part that I didn't like about high school, and this is much more serious, was I didn't respond well to the old 42-minute period where one would, I have a little bit of energy on occasion, and I find it very difficult, even now, if I'm at professional workshops, sitting in a seat, listening to a lecture. I need hands-on. I need to be doing something. The relationships that I have with students vary from very volatile and dangerous to very relaxed and comfortable. But for the most part, I enjoy my relationship with the students. They still make me laugh. You know, they still keep me, I'm still happy to come to school most mornings. Well, mostly now, my free time is taken up with fly fishing activities or fly tying activities. I enjoy going up to my study, my little hideaway, which is a small room tucked away in the corner of my house, and I tie flies to relax, and I like to think about the fish that got away. And
welcome to our production, Skaters of the Lost Art. I'm Mike Pogrzelski.
And I'm Justin Barres.
And we're here to focus on the whereabouts of skateboarding today, as it has evolved over the years from a sport to an art.
This video contains footage we have recorded over the last year. It comes from such faraway places like San Francisco to the local spots in Trenton and Pennington, covering all the positive and negative aspects of the art form.
To some, skateboarding may seem like a juvenile activity that got lost years ago, but in truth, it has actually been taking shape and has evolved into the art form we, like many, practice today.
So watch and listen as we make an effort to revive the true meaning of skateboarding.
Peace, respect, and love. We out 9-8.
Hi, my name is Pete Eldridge, skate for Uptown Skateboards and Out of Bounds Skateboard Shop.
Well, I started skateboarding about 4.5 years ago. That's seriously. But like before, I used to just kind of mess around on like big old boards and just skate for fun, but now kind of like a hobby for me. And it's kind of addictive actually, because I can't go more than like a week without skating. Well, there's probably a lot of things that influenced me to start skateboarding, but I guess the most influential thing was that it's just a different sport. It's just like alternative to everything else that people do. It's just that it takes longer to get good at skating than most sports. Like you can skate for maybe a year and not be even any good. And you can play basketball for a year and be pretty good. It just takes a different level you got to reach to be able to do like certain tricks. It seems that skateboarding is just a better thing for me. It's just more fun. So many more places you can go. I mean, you can go out on the street and find like 3 billion things to do, different kinds of tricks or anything. It's just with basketball or baseball, it's just one certain thing you can do, and you got to depend on teammates to do it.
I usually skate around the Trenton Commons, and I like to go to skate parks whenever I can, because you don't have to worry about getting in trouble or people harassing you. And so you have to pay like $8 to get in. So if you can do that, it's great. And if not, I usually skate in like Philadelphia and areas around there. Usually police harass us most because they see us skateboarding and they think we're doing stuff wrong, like we're breaking stuff and destroying property. A lot of times store owners do it because they feel it throws away business and hurts business because they see us out there and they think it's liability because we could get hurt. My goal in skateboarding is just to get as good as I can and not to get hurt, because that's a big issue in skateboarding is getting hurt. Because if you sprain your ankle, you're out for like 3 weeks, and during that time you see everyone else just getting better. And also I want to grow with the sport, learn all the new tricks, and just get as good as I possibly can.
Hi, I'm Casey Cryer. Myself, along with Alyssa Sparrow and Melody Eli, have put together a video report on 3 students who are involved with the arts at Hopewell Valley Central High School. Melody Eli talked with Henry Guazda, a freshman who just started working with the school's fine art department. Alyssa Sparrow interviewed Sarah Ross, a sophomore who does everything from dancing and acting to playing instruments and even writing her own songs. Finally, I talked with Alexis Spiegel, a senior who does everything. A senior who is both duly talented in voice and in acting. I hope that this video report will give you a better understanding of students and art programs that we have at Hopewell Valley Central High School.
I think that the art room is a great place to come during like lunch or study hall because it's friendly and Doc is friendly. I think that Dr. O'Boyle is a nice guy and a great teacher, and he really helps me with my artwork. He gives constructive criticism and he cracks funny jokes about putting my head in a bison plug and injecting me with graphite. I've learned to draw eggs in 3 different ways. One of them is line drawing, another is cross-hatching, and the third one is smudging or completely tonal, as Doc calls it. And now we're drawing transparent objects. And I like photography. Well, in photography, I like to just, I've been doing waterfalls and took some pictures from the train bridge in Pennington.
Everything you do involves music. I play the piano, clarinet, and bassoon. And I started playing piano because I really wanted to learn it. It was just something I've always wanted to know, so I've been playing for about 3.5 years. Clarinet, I started up because I couldn't play the cello, and it was just recommended to try it. My mom recommended it to me. And bassoon, I saw it once, and I thought, that's a really weird instrument. I want to play that. Well, I dance, and I act, and I want to write my own songs and then dance to them because it'd be all my work and I could claim it all as my own, be real selfish about it. Well, when writing a song, you want to make sure that it doesn't bore you to death so that it doesn't bore the audience to death. So, but you do need some repetitiveness with a chorus or something like that. It all depends on how you want to play it. I'd really like to major in music composition.
Well, the productions and activities with the school that I've been involved in are the musical and the drama, most of all. I was in Guys and Dolls, which was the musical my freshman year. And then the next year I was in both the Philadelphia Story, which was the drama, and West Side Story. And then the year after that, we did Oklahoma, and we did Mother Courage and Her Children with the drama. I like the drama. Well, it's a smaller cast than the musical, which means that you get a lot of special attention and attention to developing your character and developing yourself as an actor or actress. And I also just really like to act, and you get a lot of chances to be on the stage. And well, Oklahoma stands out because it was the biggest part I've had, and I was Lori, and that was really fun and very, very stressful. And Mother Courage and Her Children also stands out just because it was really heavy material, and we had to work especially hard. I think I had never worked as hard with a character as I had in Mother Courage and Her Children, and I think I was working harder on that drama than I was at school at the time.
Working there, wait, that didn't work.
And then my ultimate dream would be to have Steven Spielberg call me up and ask me to write songs for his next movie.
I'm beautiful, and I'm going to be a star.
Hi, I'm Frank Fector.
And I'm Ken Goodis.
In these segments, we have selected 3 different individuals whose lifestyles range from sports, studies, and government. Each of these individuals will be discussing how their contribution has had a positive effect on our school.
First, Kim Shees will discuss how she can balance her time between studies and sports. Secondly, Oliver Hene will verbalize his experiences in cross country. And finally, Ryan Kennedy will talk to us about his power as president of his senior class. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the presentation.
I've been playing field hockey since 7th grade, so I guess this is my 6th year of playing. My mom played when she was in high school, and that kind of interests me, and I was looking back at old pictures and everything, and I thought it was kind of cool. So I just kind of took up the sport, and I guess I love playing because I just love the thrill going out there every day. It's a new challenge. It's something new every day. The hardest part of being an athlete is balancing between academics and athletics. It's really difficult to have practice or a game until like 6:30 or 7, and then come home, and by the time you're all ready and you've had dinner and everything, starting your homework, you're up late every night. But it's our choice, and I love doing it, so I don't mind.
Running a race usually takes, depending on how good you are, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. And it's very physically exhausting. It's also very mentally draining. You really need to have your mind in the right mindset and be focused in order to race well. I've never had any specific trouble in a race, but races can get violent now and then, and people like to throw elbows. And I've slipped a few times going around corners in the rain, but nothing other than that.
Well, school-oriented activities. I try to involve myself with school government as much as possible. Model UN, I'm the co-czar of Model UN this year, That's a lot of fun. And I'm also a peer leader here at the school. And occasionally, I get to make the announcements in the morning, but only on occasion. On America Online, all those of you who have America Online, check out keyword PDA or keyword Newton, N-E-W-T-O-N, and you'll see the America Online's PDA forum. It's a tech support forum for handheld computers, and I have a staff position there. If you go to the Meet the Staff, you'll see my picture there. What does that entail? I host a Newton-related chat once a week and answer questions on the message boards. It's just really a lot of fun. It's something I enjoy.
Beware of the dog.
Hello, I'm Kristen Guthrie. Around the holiday season, we had Mrs. Carbone's child care class sing in the studio for the TV class. The class consists of both high school students and nursery school kids. This video also concludes the show for us today. It's been a lot of hard work for us, and it's been really fun. Thanks for joining us. And now the nursery school will perform Jingle Bells and more of our favorite holiday songs. See you soon.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh to call him names, and poor Rudolph joined in the reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. We